Frustrating Champions League influenced session yesterday. The likes of Tottenham just couldn't cross the line. Small loss on the draw, very frustrating. Waiting for 72 quid profit there. Aris Thessaloniki just looking for a late winner from them. Covered the insurance, but got away with it. Would have made a little gain. Pre-Champions League, both of these two got away with it yesterday. I cashed out at the Juventus equaliser against Atalanta, but these are two big boys. It's difficult to discount Atalanta, so I'm glad I got away with that one okay. This was one I couldn't pass on to you. PS Glavice. I don't know if they've still got the matched here. £131. Absolutely no way I could pass this on to members. Now, Tamilica are newly promoted. They were leading, I think, 0-2 or 1. I think it was at 1-2 I got involved. I was waiting for PS Glavice goal. Got involved, went to the +1 market. They made it 2-2 and pushed on to get a 4-2 win. Couldn't pass that on to you. £131. So that's just compounding the frustrations from yesterday. Really was. Because that makes a big difference. You can see I'm battling with the Wi-Fi today, which is a pity. So all in all, a frustrating day yesterday. Liverpool should have cashed out late on. That is a critical mistake of mine, particularly because I know better. I was in this position with ADO Den Haag. This is the exact same position as the Liverpool 1-1. Late equaliser pushing on for the win. This time they got the win, but I negated the liability because it was an equaliser late on. Should have done that in the Liverpool match because Crystal Palace are odds of 9. All you need is £5. And that is negated. Don't forget, they're unbeaten this season, Crystal Palace. So a very frustrating and difficult day with the Champions League bias throughout. How many Champions League sides have cocked things up yesterday? Can you count them? Quite a few. How about Chelsea for starters? How about Liverpool adding into that? How about Tottenham failing to win? Odds on at home. Odds on. Bang, bang, bang. This is the Champions League influence. So the curse clearly in effect yesterday. Not really last week, but clearly yesterday. Pervading every Champions League side. Monaco, Champions League, losing. They kept it up. Bayer Leverkusen just crossing the line against St. Pauli. That's another one I called very well in the live stream, but I didn't make any money out of it. Goal before half-time, both teams scoring after a Leverkusen lead. Pity. Dortmund, red card. Frankfurt nearly cocked it up. Pre-Champions League. They are an exciting side, Frankfurt. You might want to start looking at over 4.5 goals for them. 1.24 shot, shouldn't be conceding 2 goals. Nearly cocked it up. Guess what? Pre-Champions League for that lot. Sligo Rovers and St. Pat's, you cover your insurance. You'll be involved until the death on that one. Pre-Champions League, did make a small profit there. But that's something we're going to have to worry about today. Or will we worry about it today? Look at these 2 goals. 1 goal in it wins for a 1.3 and a 1.36 shot. Real struggles for Ajax yesterday. They look the more likely to lose pre-Champions League. Sporting Lisbon, a single goal win for a 1.19 shot. Yeah, guess what? Pre-Champions League. SPL, Celtic, absolute pig's ear of it yesterday. Oh my God. Thankfully, I didn't get involved. I gave you this in the live stream. 84th minute St. Johnstone winner. I was about to get on, get the violins out, and the market suspended. You can check that out in the live stream. Pre-Champions League and a local derby. Not getting involved unless it's very low liability. Real struggles with Atletico Bilbao. If I'm a fan of theirs, I would be very upset indeed. Really putting together some solid performances, Atletico Bilbao. Look at the first half. Bossed it. This is what they did against Valencia away before getting red carded and losing 2-0. Now, they should not have been losing this match yesterday based on this. But maybe it's a lack of confidence. Maybe it is the Champions League for Bilbao. They're not a big club. They're not a massive club. And quite obviously, the Champions League is of great importance to them because they're not delivering domestically, despite rock solid performances. Rock solid, stats-wise. The Spanish Man United, I would call them, really putting together some wonderful performance, but just not delivering. Looking on to today, lots of odds-on favourites today are already starred. That will be a primary focus. Not going to do a live stream today. It's just a bitty coupon. It's 12:30 kickoff, then a 3 o'clock, then a 4:30. There's no fluidity. You're just getting a few matches on at the single time. Dinamo Zagreb are not in Europe anymore. Odds on at home, catch the eye. No European competition for the Czech Republic or Danish sides today. But the ones that are starred are all the odds on favourites. They'll get a look in. Aston Villa, the frustrations for the weekend continue. Totally unreadable, totally unreliable against Fulham. How on earth do you unpack that match? Newcastle and Arsenal, you might get a fair bit of value for Arsenal, but don't forget, it's pre-Champions League, but it's pre-Champions League for Newcastle as well. And for me, Arsenal, that defensive capability, could see that as a real bit of value. But you're likely to see a one-goal-in-it affair today, pre-Champions League. Nice, odds on at home. That's about it. French Ligue looks very, very difficult today. And indeed, so does the Bundesliga. 2.45, 2.25. So that compounds the reason as well for not doing a live stream. Tough to read matches today. Greek Super League, a couple of odds-ons away from home. Worth an eye. They're not involved in the Champions League. And we've got all odds-on favourites there, so that's going to catch my eye. Roma aren't involved in the Champions League, I don't think. Do you have to have a quick check this weekend? No. Odds on at home should deliver. And these two, well, Napoli are involved in the Champions League. So watch out for a potential slip-up from them today. They're not fancied either. Eredivisie, got our big boys are out. AZ Alkmaar and Feyenoord, usually absolutely full of goals. But the market's suggesting a tight match. Why? Because NEC Nijmegen have been in exceptional form. Feyenoord, not pre-Champions League, but not really. Well, it's gone from 1.29 out to 1.9. What is the reason for that? Is Robin van Persie actually playing? That's a strange market drift. So watch out a bit later on there. Norwegian Elite Serie, it's one of our back burner leagues now. If something happens, I'll pass it on. But Tromsø would be the standout for me today. They had an exceptional consecutive winning sequence earlier on in the season. Portugal, no Champions League sides, but Braga, good opportunity today at odds on at home. And Rangers, you'd have to be howling mad Murdoch to be backing Rangers and Celtic this particular season. But they did deliver it at the same odds recently. You'll look at the odds, you'll see they're very similar. We look down the pre-match odds here. Similar odds to today. And that was an emphatic performance. So those of you who are value seekers might be taking that as a hint that the market's not really confident with the old firm anymore, but they can still deliver a performance. So watch out for that today, 1.62. They got a 2-0 win at those odds at home last match. Sevilla, not in the Champions League, but look at these again, 2.75 the favourite, very tough. Barcelona in the Champions League. Are they going to cock things up today? You wouldn't think so. They are really purring at the moment. We've got a mixture of youth and experience with that Lewandowski up front. Fabulous player. And we've got a few odds-on favourites in the Allsvenskan today. So I will see members of Football Trading Profits from 12:30 on Telegram only today. What is another potentially difficult coupon, but we just never know. So see you from 12:30 on Telegram for members. I'll try to get a few AI reports done for you as well today. Now I've got the AI, at least one version of it, spitting out these reports very quickly. So I'll try to get odds on favourites at least a report done on them. So you'll have that to hand. For example, if Hartberg score first or if Austria Vienna score first, you'll have the research to suggest whether Rapid and Sturm are deserving of their odds-on status. So see you throughout the day from 12:30 onwards.